This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, I'm Srinivas Gorrepati. So as part of this video, we are going to see the group by functionality in DAX. As part of a DAX calculations, there are some scenarios where we need to take the maximum or average or count of records by performing a grouping. So if you want to perform a grouping and on top of it, if you want to calculate anything or if you want to extract anything, you have an option called group by. So I'm trying to create a measure with the help of a group by. So here group by is going to follow a syntax of 4 inputs. One is the table name. The second one is what are the columns you want to perform a group by. I want to perform a group by with respect to city level. Then after I want to, like if you want to perform a group by on a multiple columns, you can keep on add the columns like a city and book name or any other column names you can add. So I want to perform a group by at only one dimension level. Then after performing a group by, what you want to derive and what is the name of a column. So what I want to derive is the number of transactions, count of transaction ID. Similarly, I want to calculate the sales amount, the sales amount with respect to each city name. I'm mentioning it as sum of amount paid. So you need to provide a table name on which table you are taking the columns. What are the columns you want to perform a group by? It can be one or many. Then after, once you perform a group by, you are going to perform some aggregations. So what is that aggregation? What is the column name? We need to provide that one. So whenever you are using a group by, this count need to come for each and every group level. So as part of a city, whenever we group, it is going to have a multiple categories. At each category level, it need to get the count of transactions and a sales amount. So we need to use a function called count, like a current group, to indicate that iterate all the records of that specific group. So current group. Now we are done. So this is the syntax to perform a group by. If you want to verify whether it is correct or not, go to modeling tab and create a new table, because the group by is going to give a table as an output. Enter, and you can see a new table was created at each city level, the number of transactions and the sales amount. So once you perform a group by, on top of it you can take a minimum or maximum value. So I just want to take max x of max x of. So it is going to have a 3 columns as an input. One is city name A and B, I want to use a B. So on top of the group by, I want to take the maximum value from a B. So I take in a measure. So I create a measure, I take in a card. You are able to see 48K is the maximum value for a one city. So you can select a table, and even you can validate it also. Select a table here, city wise, that amount paid. You can see that 48,000 is the maximum value at each city level. So this is how you are going to perform a group by in a DAX. So group by of a table name, column names, and what are all the columns that you want to perform a grouping. In this scenario, only one column I mentioned. You can add a multiple columns also. And then after, for all the aggregations, you need to provide the name of a column because that is a new column. And whenever you are doing an aggregation, you need to use a current group. So to iterate on the specific group and get the value. And then after, the group by is going to return a table as an output. So whenever you are using a as part of a measure, you need to use a max x or sum x or count x or average x function you need to use. The complete group by you need to give as input and use the column. So that's it about using a group by as part of a DAX in a Power BI. If you have any questions, give a comment as part of a comment section. We'll respond on it. Thanks much for watching.